Well, I'm certainly not going to struggle to sleep for work tomorrow.
Well, I don't know, I've watched better things on a Sunday night, I'm not going to lie. One time I watched a wee fucking raindrop just roll slowly through my bedroom window. 45 minutes it lasted. It was still more entertaining than fucking watching that. In all seriousness, but I mean, it is what it is.
It's 3 points.
Into it, 3 points. We can't be too negative. But like I was saying near the end of the game, I'm like, I don't really remember us. I know we scored 2 goals, but I don't really remember us out with that creating a whole lot of chances.
They were always kind of half chance. No, I think there were some decent chances. Again, I think we turned blind to them because how, I mean, other than Cherny the night, who I thought was outstanding, other than that, like, most of the time we don't really get up for the chances when we see them, because we know how there's that lack of clinical play about Rangers. They knew that with the likes of Dessers, who missed a couple of sitters the night, looked absolutely raging to come off, which I get it. He doesn't like being taken off. He wants to score goals, but at the end of the day,
he's raging at Clement because he knows that he's just not doing enough ultimately. He's not. His job's to score goals, and he's got to get chance. There's one chance, obviously, it wasn't full open play, but it's that header in the first half. It's maybe a wee bit high for him, but it's just, it's happening too often. Obviously, we go back to the previous game against Leon. The whole idea was that we need to be more clinical, and if it wasn't for Cherny the night, who took both goals really well, then it would have been a 0-0 handling by St Johnstone.
I think as well, when we look at Cherny's kind of performance tonight, I thought he had obviously 2 goals. You can't say another. He had a cracking performance, and I did think he played with a bit more purpose tonight, but I think the purpose was more in terms of he came out with a point to prove. I feel like it looked like he had a point to prove for the way he was putting his cell up at the park, and again, as you say, you can't really whack the goals he scored. There were 2 decent finishes as well, and to be honest, I mean, 3 points, 2-0, job done, getting into the international break. However, I feel like we're still so flat. I just don't really. You see a Rangers game coming up now, and you're like, here we go, man. Need to sit through 90 minutes of this, whatever it's going to be.
And that's it, mate. See, it's here again. I don't want to, come off as being too negative again, but ultimately it's what we're known for. But I'm going to put that on the players and the manager, to be honest. But I wouldn't be coming away from that game sort of feeling, frustrated more than anything else. And obviously you're happy we've got the one, but how many times we said last season it's performance.
We crave performance. That's what we want.
I mean, you don't want to simply just if you're only just handling business at home versus second bottom of the table, who don't even have a manager at this current moment in time. I'm not thinking about this game. I'm taking this game as it is, but I'm more thinking about the big European games, the game coming up against Aberdeen, the game against Celtic at the start of the new year, and that's when you really get found out. Because as much as we've coasted it tonight, I mean, so you should. I mean, we should be able to put a fucking second 11 out and coast it against St Johnstone ultimately, and that's no disrespect to St Johnstone, it's just the facts of the matter.
And we've seen somebody we never thought we'd seen a Rangers shirt again, and that was Hadji coming on and then getting straight back off. But he come on and he set up a decent goal. It was a good pass for the assist for Cherny. Again, you said during the game, this will probably be like a brand new signing for us, and it was a clumsy challenge. For me, deserved a red because it was quite dangerous. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. We had you. A lot of people are saying well, I think the story was out there that he asked his agent to do whatever he can to get a move away. But it doesn't mean he's going to still play for the shirt. And to be honest, when he got sent off there, he looked absolutely fucking distraught.
Well, I mean, you would be obviously, and having no kicked the ball for so long coming on, and no,
having to do a suspension
no
now.
even making it through the second half before you get suspended. You must be thinking, is this some mad sort of bad karma coming back to haunt me?
Because he did kind of he injected a bit into the game, obviously with the assist, but I think he did come on and he lifted the energy slightly, but as I say, whatever changes Clement seems to make during the game, it's always that the energy lifts ever so slightly. There's no been a game where, you know, a change has been made and there's been a completely, or I can remember that's been a completely dramatic change, as we've said many a times before. There's no one on that bench other than potentially Hadji that can come on and take that game by the scruff of the neck. And the night was a game where I feel like, you know, not only from a spectator's point of view, but the kind of atmosphere around, you know, the team, the way they were playing at times was good, but there were times where you just looked at it and you thought this is completely flat.
I think's a stretch, mate. I'm actually just sitting listening to you talk there, and I can't help but listen to that wee voice in my head that's just saying to me, man,
shite.
Aye, fuck it. It is shite. It's shite, mate. Do you know what I mean? But I want to be entertained when I watch Rangers play, especially you're coming up against St Johnstone, who are struggling. You know, the win should be absolutely guaranteed. But I want to see some, you know, progress in games like this. I want to see some development, some sort of passages of play. I want to see, you know, them moving the ball quicker. Like I say, patterns of play, looking comfortable, and they looked comfortable, because St Johnstone didn't, you know, cause them any bother. But I mean comfortable in terms of, right, this game is ours, this 3 points is ours.
We're not going to let them play, we're not going to let them get near us.
We've got to put a bit of flair on this. We've really got to go out there and sort of, you know, show our capabilities, show what we're made of, man. But it's just not there, mate. It just isn't there. There's something severely lacking. And honestly, you look late on in the game and we've got Tavernier on the right wing, Sterling on the left wing,
2 fullbacks,
Hadji on the park, who, like you say, was basically, we're told he wouldn't play another game for Rangers, although we never get shot of him. And now he's back, now he's away again for a suspension. But I don't know, mate, it's just something's just, it's no sitting quite right with me, to be honest.
No.
And again, I don't want to be that guy who comes on after a 2-0 victory and sort of moan and
but as you say, if there's one thing we've been consistent on through with this channel for the moment we started it, other than moaning, is the fact that we want to see a performance. We want to see a performance.
You want to see a performance 100%. Ultimately.
At the end of the day, like, you can get through these bread and butter games and you can win and get the 3 points, and we can almost kind of drag ourselves through the first part of the season, see what happens towards the end. Hopefully we click. We might know, but hopefully we click. That bit of confidence amongst the players to because each and every player in that squad has got that, you know, that wee bit of strength, you know, certain strengths that they're good at, whether it's flair, whether it's technical ability. And even you're seeing players like, say, even though Diomande feels like a more than capable player, I can't help but feel like he's, you know, there's like it almost feels like he plays restrained sometimes. Like a lot of these players, it's very, you know, flat, kind of robotic, you know.
It's like try no do anything wrong rather than, you know, try and do something to, you know, entertain the fans or be impressed.
I mean, the fact
impressive,
that,
basically.
How many times a night did you see us get to the edge of our box, stop the ball, take one touch too many, look about, pass isn't on, pass it back out, you know, towards either the middle of the park or out further for the edge of the box. It's, you know,
but that's what I mean. Do you know feel like, and this is again, I think, why I'm so frustrated. It's because when I feel like Rangers get into the final third, it's like, right, we're there now, let's see what happens. AKA, it's like, we don't really know what we're looking for. Look, if it goes wide, you can cross it in. Any team in the fucking world can do that. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do when the ball goes wide, ultimately. Do you know what I mean? MD can put a cross into the box. St Johnstone can whip a ball into the box. But for me, it really is quite lethargic watching Rangers in the final third. I would say defensively, they were a bit more rock solid tonight. But again, they weren't really, sort of under any threats whatsoever. But I just say that, credit where credit's due, I thought, and think that Suter and Proper are starting to form a decent partnership. But going back up top, it's like, I just feel like they get there, and then it's like, right, we'll just, sort of wing it. And I think that's a big problem against the better teams. Against teams like St Johnstone, it's no such a major issue. But remember as well, it really is two sort of, moments of individual skill and brilliance tonight, that sort of, get you that day 2 goals.
Well, you look at this, the new performances, like the night performances, like against Leon, and to be honest, I look at the other performances, and you see in order, if you've got a squad there that's kind of almost, we'll say building, or trying to gel or whatever, like Clement's trying to make it click, you can at least go into the games against the bigger teams and think to yourself, right, we've got this player that seems to be a good threat, maybe he can nick a goal, or this player, like, outstanding passing or whatever, maybe he can nick it. But like when you've got a team of players where in terms of, taking that big gamble, running at players, that kind of confidence beaming at them, you don't really see much looking forward to the bigger games going, this player could cause a threat, other than Bajrami, who, let's be honest, is in a game like an Old Firm or the game against Aberdeen or anybody else is in that top half of the table, or in Europe as well, isn't he going to be able to take the full game into his control? He's not going to be able to do it. We need the full team to step up. We need the full team, regardless if we're 1-0 down or conceding a goal or the momentum switched or shifted, that can step up and keep a consistent pace throughout the game. And there's far too many times this season where, even during this game where we're winning, where there's just like, it's 2-0. Why would it be wrong for us to say, like, we want more, we want a team that just goes for it in 90 minutes? It can't be wrong, like, to want more in terms of how much we spent on players, the wage bill, to go up against a team like St Johnstone, and regardless if it finishes 2-0 or no, at least go look at that game and go, right, we were constant attack, taking big risks, taking big gambles.
That's a player like you just mentioned, like Bajrami, and I do think he's been, relatively good, pretty impressive, to be honest, the last couple of games. Obviously, still early on in his Rangers career as well, but in nights like the night, I mean, he's one of your star talents, supposedly. He should be absolutely dominating a game like that, bossing it. Do you know what I mean? He should really stand out as a sort of head and shoulders above them, head and shoulders above the rest. Like, you should really be able to notice his talent on a night like tonight. And to be honest, he just sort of blended in with everybody else, just looked normal.
I've seen a better performance in a blue shirt for him out in that out in the wings, rotating out in the wings, the wide areas than we did in the middle.
He's favoured position the night as well, and that's what I mean. Like, you get put into that position, into your favoured position after having to play in the left, and you don't really, I mean, I'm not saying he done a lot wrong, but he just didn't really, he wasn't really that impressive. He didn't really do much to impress. And another one, and the sort of same idea, is Raskin. We talk about somebody who, come in with sort of big ambitions, and basically can hardly get a sniff at a first team appearance, and he gets put in the night because Lawrence is injured, and again looks ordinary. And the thing about Raskin as well is that he didn't do much wrong tonight. A few stray passes here and there, but a lot of passes that weren't stray. But I'll tell you what, a lot of comfortable passes as well, mate. I'll just play the holding midfield role, right? And I'll just play the ball from side to side. Okay, aye, that is part of your game. But what about the riskier passes? What about that wee bit of something extra? What about that? I want to stand out in the manager's mind after this game, or I want to stand out in the eyes of the fans after this game. But maybe a bit too happy to go on and go through the motions, and just sort of, almost treat it like a run out, like I'm getting a run out. No, you're no, mate. You're only in the team because Lawrence is injured. Do a bit more.
And I think another player to mention as well is, like, I mean, the boy's old enough now to be taking this sort of criticism, but I just don't think that McCausland's been anywhere, near in terms of developmental progress is what we're expecting to be, and he's another player that falls into the category of decent spells, which we keep saying for most of the players in this team.
I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised to hear after this if there's something up with McCausland. He's either no well or injured. The only reason I say that, there was one point in the night where there was an obvious run for him down the wing, didn't do it at all. Bajrami actually played a great through ball, and McCausland just wasn't even interested in making the run. Obviously gets hooked at half time, so I don't know, he just didn't look right at all tonight. But he's not really looked great. He's not really reached that sort of level that we would like him to reach. Again, like you say, in spells he looks like he's capable. There's still a lot of work to do in the McCausland front.
Maybe a positive note, I think we're starting to see a wee bit of consistency about Shooter as well, because I know in last season he was very shaky, but he's seeming pretty solid. He put in a solid performance tonight as well, seeming to, there might be a wee bit of spark of a partnership starting between him and Proper.
No, I think him and Proper, they look, like a decent partnership. I don't know if the St Johnstone players were slow, but they both looked really quick tonight. And it's no, you don't look at Suter and Proper and think they're fast, but no, like you say, they were shifting. But I don't want to get too far ahead of yourselves when you're playing against a team like St Johnstone. But no, you have been seeing the improvements in they two, and also I would say Hefty as well is good.
He's looking pretty consistent. Like, looking good, you get consistent performances out of him. Quick, maybe a couple of wee daft mistakes here and there, but at the same time he looks like one of the only players that looks at somebody and goes, I'm going to take a run at him.
100%. I'm going to either I'm going to run at him, or I'm going to run back. He's kind of all over the place, not in a bad way, but he looks like he's got a bit of an engine in him. He's just eager to get involved, he's no scared to get in about it, make the hard tackles, do the hard yards, but he's also willing to get forward as well. So another positive note there, but I don't know.
Just a flat night.
Flat, but disjointed. Maybe
but
need
3
to go.
Points.
3 points, but we need to go away. Obviously the international break's coming up. Need to sort of regroup, but I don't know.
There's
mate.
A lot of tough games
I don't just think I'm being sort of negative and frustrated for the sake of it. I really don't, because I do believe that there's no real room for error, to be honest. The way the point situation is at the moment, but you
just look at this squad and you think to yourself, can this squad get their head down and grind away enough to chip away at not only that points gap, but to push towards the end of the season?
But I can't. I don't even want to get in there. Honestly, I don't want to go too negatively after Rails, to be honest. But there's a lot of frustration here, and if you think I'm, out of sorts, then they let me know in the comments. But it's just how I feel.
But anyway, let us know what you thought about our opinions and what you thought about what you thought about the game as well. Would you make a Hadji's? It's pretty much a debut again at this point. But remember, our socials are down in the description as well. If you want to jump over there, give us a follow. That would be class. Remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. We'll see you next time.